Hey guys, I'm Alistair from Trail and Kale, and I got something a little bit different for you today. I'm reviewing the Nathan Lunafire 400 RX running light. Whoop. What's so special about this headlamp then? Well, it's not a headlamp. It is a running light designed to be worn around your chest or your waist, or you can even clip it onto, say, your running hydration pack or running belt. So it's very versatile. And I will go over some of the key features of this running light and finally if it's worth the price tag. Stay tuned. If at any point during this review you're thinking, ooh, yeah, I'm enjoying this. This is a guy who enjoys talking about running gear, loves running shoes, and loves sharing his insights. Well, yeah, that is me. And if that is what you're thinking, definitely subscribe to this channel. You won't be disappointed. All right, let's get to the key specifications of the Lunafire 400 RX. First off, it costs $55, which is actually really reasonable for a running light. So headlamps do go up to, you know, the $200 mark. You can get some really expensive, very high powered headlamps that have a really nice long battery life as well. If that's what you're after, I would recommend going to my best running headlamps roundup up there. I'll also put a link in the description. That's a very different market filler. Headlamps are great, but what's good about this one is if you do get nausea from running with a headlamp, a lot of people do by the way, then probably what you need is a light that's not shining kind of from the perspective of your eyes. You need one that's either mounted at your chest or around your waist. And that's where this one is different. The highest output is 400 lumens. That is a burst mode. I'll explain what that is in just a moment. But effectively, that's not your continuous power output. That's only as a burst. The continuous output lumen value that you're going to be using most likely for running with is going to be the 300 lumen one. And the battery life for that will last about 2 hours on the run. So again, not a huge battery life, but this is super cheap compared to premium headlamps. So for anyone who doesn't intend to run longer than 2 hours in the dark, then this is actually a really good option for you. It has really nice adjustable angles of lighting as well, and that's this section here. You can kind of just pull it and it clicks, and that allows you to shine the torch more towards the ground or further in the distance. So depending on how fast you're running, if you're running really fast, you're going to want that light pointed further away from you at the ground. So that's where you're scanning, and that's where you're going to reach very quickly if you're running fast. The slower you run, the closer you want the light to your feet. Remember though, never have a light pointed at your feet. You don't want to be looking at your feet when you're running, you want to be looking where your feet are going. That will make sure you don't trip over. Nobody wants to be tripping over when they're running. The strap is adjustable from 22 inches to 55 inches. So that's really good depending on what size you are. Maybe you're a couple and you just want to share one light between you if you're not running together all the time. Then that's great because it's very adjustable and very quick to adjust as well. Just slide and adjust. And it is a rechargeable light, so you don't have to go and get your AAA batteries or anything like that. You literally just plug it in with USB-C. What I like about that is there's always a USB-C cable lying around the house, whether you've got an iPhone or any other recent piece of tech gear, then it probably uses USB-C. If you're enjoying this review, please give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to this channel for more running shoe reviews and gear reviews just like this one. Right, what's good about the Lunafire 400 RX then? Well, the first thing I'm going to call out is how versatile it is. So, number one, you can wear it around your waist. Hopefully you can see. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Or you can wear it around your chest, which is kind of what I tend to do most. I prefer to have the light shining from higher up going down, because if it's too low, then you can't really pick out the terrain if you are running on trails with this headlamp. On the road, it's not as much of a problem, and the lower the headlamp or the lower the running light, you will actually spread that light across the ground more than you would if it was coming from a higher point. And you can also take the light off like so, and either clip it to the top of your collar, which by the way does not work. I tested that and it just bounces around absolutely everywhere. But what you could do is just clip it to your running hydration pack or your running belt. The other great thing is the adjustability of the beam in terms of angle. So there isn't a different beam in terms of spread or narrowness. You can't change that. That's always going to be the same apart from the different brightness levels. But you can angle it down or up, and that's really good depending on how fast you're running and what kind of terrain you're running in. Plus it's nice if you're at the start of a race or event and it's dark because it's very early morning, then you want to be tilting that down as much as you can so you're not blinding other runners. Manners maketh men. The other thing is it is actually very comfortable. This strap is comfortable. There are a few things that could improve it, which I'll go over in just a moment, but generally it is a comfortable product. And a lot of people don't like headlamps because they don't like having that feeling of something constricted around their head. Not just the nausea issue, some people just don't find it comfortable having this thing stuck on their head. Yes, you can alleviate that by wearing headbands or padding out the back of a headlamp or just buying a premium headlamp that just feels comfortable. But this one you don't get that issue because you are putting it around your waist. The battery life is 2 hours. It's not huge, but it's solid for most runners, being 2 hours at 300 lumens. There are also lower brightness levels which will last much longer. I think it's around 30 hours or something crazy like that. There's also a strobe function which is good for visibility if you are in trouble out in the wild or just anywhere really, you need to flag someone down. That is where the strobe light comes in handy. What's not so good or could be improved then? Well, this strap here. Now, I feel like seeing as this is a safety product to be worn at night, it could have some reflective hits or reflective detailing on it so that people could actually see you in all directions, not just from where your headlamp is projecting. So that would be really nice. Another thing with the strap would be nice is if you had some little silicone pads on it, so that if you are wearing a shiny or waxy jacket, for example, a waterproof jacket, then it would be less likely to slip. Now you can alleviate the slip by making this tighter, but silicone pads would help that without having to make it as tight. Is it worth $55 then? Yes, $55 is pretty budget for a running light, so you do actually get a lot for that money. So this is really for runners who need a versatile, budget-friendly running light that will last up to 2 hours on the run. It's also really good for walks, whether you're walking a dog or maybe even if you camp, because it is detachable and you do have those lower levels of lighting, so it can be used for reading or just seeing what you're doing when you're walking, going out somewhere. If you are looking for an alternative, maybe a really good headlamp for running, head over to my best headlamps roundup up there. There you will find the best running headlamps that I have reviewed and tested, and there's some really, really damn good ones on there for you to check out. Well, thanks for watching this Nathan Lunafire 400 RX review. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to this channel for more running gear and running shoe reviews just like this one. I really hope it helped you discover whether or not this running light is going to be good for you, if it's worth buying. Like I said, it is worth buying, but is it worth buying for you? Well, hopefully the rest of this review helped you determine that. If it did, or if you just want to say hi, you got any questions for me about running gear, drop them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you really quickly. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Peace.